accountable for the things we know. Now watch this. This is good. God holds us accountable for what we know, what we choose, and what we ignore. What we know, what we choose, and what we ignore. What we know, what we choose, and what we ignore. So often, hold on one second, guys. So often, there we go. So often, we try to play like we don't know stuff. But this is why teaching is so important, because God judges and holds us accountable based on what we know. What we choose. A lot of things that happen is because of our choosing. I chose to do this, right? I make a joke with Dr. Stacy all the time because I'm lactose intolerant, but I ain't claiming it, right? But if my stomach start acting up, it's because I chose to eat ice cream because I felt like it was good for me, right? So what we know, what we choose, and watch this is the most important, what we ignore. Because sometimes we can play dumb. You know it ain't right. You know you ain't supposed to do that. You know you shouldn't do this. You know you shouldn't say that. You know you shouldn't eat that. And what we do is, let me just ignore that. I don't see that. No, you see that. Y'all want to go here? Let's talk about red flags. In relationships or in dating, right? You see red flags all day, but I'm gonna ignore that. Oh no, what you ignoring? When you see somebody got 5 and 6, 9 digits, 12 digits on they what's the name to lock their phone, you probably know that's a red flag. Why you ignoring that, right? When certain people act a certain kind of way, or they talk a certain kind of way, or their tone is a certain kind of way, right? Those we tend to ignore those things, right? So we're held accountable for the things that we know, things that we choose, and those things that you try and think that you trying to ignore. God see that too. Why you playing? You know that ain't right. No, I'm just gonna ignore it. No, and watch this. What we have to be careful as children of God is, because sometimes we do this. I see Sister April on here. This is what we do sometimes is we will ignore it in our own eye, ignore it when it comes to us and our choosing, but then you use that same thing against somebody else. But you want it to be ignored for you. And you act like you don't see it, but you can point out on somebody else's. Oh, she nasty, she rude. So are you. It just depends on who you're talking to. Depending on who you're dealing with, right? So we are held accountable for what we know, what we choose, and what we ignore. Watch this. Even when others influence us